video journal for me, the 8/8 Lionsgate energy opens exactly tomorrow, which is Sirius and our sun making an exact conjunction in the sign of Leo. It's been a very, very deep week for me. Deep meaning, for me personally, a lot of messages, a lot of personal messages for myself have been coming in through the crown chakra, through the third eye chakra, a lot of mental pictures in my mind's eye of memories of my childhood, memories that I didn't fully have, realizations of my relationship with my father, both of my parents actually, and deep realizations of childhood trauma that was suppressed. I was aware there was a lot, yet what is coming to the surface for me now is so deep. These are parts of me that I was not aware. These are the blind spots. These are the parts of me that are mostly stored in my subconscious. A blue heron just flew over me. Parts of me that are stored in my subconscious. Growing up with dysfunctional families, as most of us have, with a functioning alcoholic father who was absent for most of my life, and a mother who worked nights, went to school at nights, and a stepfather who was very abusive. There was a lot of suppressed emotions and a lot of suppressed parts of me because I wasn't allowed to express all of me as a child. So these things come up in different ways for me. I had a good 2-year run of every now and then just huge bursts of rage and anger coming out of me, followed by deep sadness and depression. And in further reflection of my life, I realized that most of my childhood, at least from age 10 on up, was I was not happy. I don't even think that I was aware of what the sensation of being truly happy felt like. I had happy moments. I had happy moments with my friends and with certain things, but that would always follow with some deep discontent, I'll use that word, with life, with everything that was unfair and didn't make sense in life. And then those things get swallowed, suppressed, not fully, but patterns develop, as well as a lot of the narcissistic, codependent connection relationships that I've that I've attracted into my life and then had to experience fully, really taking a lot of my self-esteem and self-confidence way down. I've also seen patterns of me displaying the same patterns of narcissistic tendencies that my father would show and other men in my life. Typically when I was so pushed down, shoved down to nowhere to go, that was the only strength in me to come back out at the time. And I'm reflecting back in like teenage years. I've had a complete life review in these last few weeks, and it just keeps happening, keeps coming more and more and more, and I welcome it. I embrace it. It's not easy, but I see all the parts in me that I did, that were shown to me over the course of the last few years that I've been very consciously working with my energy. And I see the parts that I denied were true, that I had an excuse, I had a reason. Well, yeah, sure, there's reasons, but go deeper into those reasons, because we're shedding these parts of ourselves that, not really shedding, we are becoming aware of these parts of ourselves. It's a better way of putting it. And I've started to actually talk to these parts of myself, the inner child, the one who's scared, the one who's angry. There's a part in me that, a big part in me that loves everyone and everything. There's a big part of me that's terrified of most people to a degree. There's a part in me that's angry at the world. There's a part in me that is angry at myself. All these parts I have to bring back to me, have dialogue with them, bring back to me to become whole, to become aware, self-aware of all of my parts, the parts that are playing subconsciously in my energetic field, that are attracting certain things to me that I could say are less than enjoyable, definitely repeat offenders, repeat things, but these are showing me, oh yeah, I got that too. This is how I attracted that. I'm getting it now, I'm understanding, and it's not conscious. This is what we need to understand. These things are not conscious. We don't attract from our conscious mind. We attract from the subconscious, from our energy field. So, I used to get angry too. Like, I've had enough pain, I've had enough suffering, I've had enough abuse. Yet the universe will continue to reflect it, bring it to you, mirror it to you, bring it into your experience until you see it. Oh, this is a part of me. This is a part of me I need to become more familiar with. I need to talk to. I need to dialogue. Where did this part of me come from? I can help you with that one. It came from who you grew up with, your parents or caregivers, and your experiences with them. And this is not a video to blame. This is a journaling of my own understanding. My father is no longer alive here, but my mother is, and she and I dialogue a lot about what is coming up for us right now. And it's quite interesting how similar a lot of the times it can be. Deep, deep self-realizations. It's been a ride. It's been a whirlwind. I've had one specific person come into my life that woke me up fully to this journey that I'm on, and woke me up to understanding love and the heart-centered connection to another human being, to myself. It's really waking me up to myself. Yet then this person disappears from my life, and I'm left with the wondering, why? What did I do? Why is this connection? And I know I'm not the only one that's had these experiences. These are our teachers. These are our soul family. And we teach each other about the parts of us, because we all have very similar parts. We attract each other into our lives to pull these parts out. Doesn't feel good, and it can be quite a traumatic experience if you're not fully understanding what's going on, because there's a lot of emotion involved, there's a lot of feeling involved. This is very cosmic, very out of this world experiences right now, deeply tied to the heart chakra. And what other messages I'm getting as far as Akashic records. I know a lot of people talk about the Akashic records. What the hell's the Akashic records? Well, this is basically your entire past history of life stored in the memory of your body that does open up and reveal itself to you psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally, in your dreams, through other people. And it continues, and we just think that things are happening to us. The universe is waking us up to these parts of us that don't feel good, that we're not connected to, that we need to be connected to. Because once you connect to a part of yourself, an aspect of yourself that you don't like or you do not want to own or embrace, but you connect to it and you get a deeper understanding of that part of you, that pattern, that part of you, and it then begins to feel seen and heard, and suddenly it stops appearing in your energy field, in your emotional body, in your dreams, in your life experiences. But we like run away, we shove these things down, we hide, we pretend like that has nothing, that's them, that's not me, right? But when the more and more you do that, the more and more you just perpetuate your own soul's growth. This is what we're going through right now. These are growing pains in a very, very deep and profound way. And I'm actually really grateful to have had this experience, this eye-opening experience for myself, to see these parts of myself, because I always wondered, you know, I have this deep inner knowing and I have this drive and I have this energy, but there's other energies that pull me in other directions, and I didn't understand them fully. And now I'm starting to really see them, understand them. And when I do, they work with me, meaning that I'm no longer at the mercy of my past traumas, of those parts of myself. We can work together to change that energy. This is the divine union within each and every one of us. This is what it means to come back to wholeness, to come back to oneness, to see where all the shame, guilt, abandonment, abuse, where is that all coming from, and how can I move past this, push past this, and not attract this back into my life again? You've got to see it. You've got to see where it is, see that it is coming from a part of you that has been passed down from another generation, We keep repeating these historical patterns through our family, whether we like it or not. I was very conscious and very, very intent on living my own life, and totally different from my parents. I grew up feeling like I was the parent to my parents. Yet, and I did do my own thing, go my own way, but I see the parts of me that didn't. I see the parts of me that stayed, that had those deep attachments to patterns within my family, within my father and my mother and their parents even. I see this now. I see this now so clearly. The low self-esteem, the thinking that there are so many other people out there way better than me. Who do I think I am? Those kind of patterns. Or the attracting in, people that may seem like they're for your betterment or your best interest, only to find that they just tear you down limb by limb and don't allow you to grow. We have to break ourselves free from these relationship patterns, from all of these things, so that we can grow, evolve, expand. And we're going to make mistakes through the whole time. We're going to fall back into old patterns again and again, but each time recognizing that and taking another step towards a different way, a new choice, a new way of being. So don't get down on yourself either when you find yourself repeating patterns, because that is part of the journey as well. And each time we repeat a pattern and we're aware of it, that just peels another part of that layer back. I've spent the last couple of years being so, perfectionism is definitely something that I struggled with my whole life, only to find that that's not even a thing. That is just a search to be accepted and proving myself, proving my worth, right? And that's just an exhausting, it doesn't work, and there is no such thing as perfectionism. But anyway, that is definitely something I struggled with for a good portion of my life. Where was I going with that? Those patterns still lie in me. I see them. I see them come through in other people, but I'm aware of them. And each time I'm shown this, I have the ability to make a choice. Do I want to proceed in the old version of me, with this part of me acting this way? No. And once I make that choice, that is where things change. We have to bring ourselves to the present, especially when we have these deep, profound aha moments. Because when you come back to the present, that is your chance to make a new choice, make a shift in your energy, change your timeline, change the direction that energy is going in. But if we're thinking too far ahead or we're thinking too far back, we're just stuck in old patterns. Deep, profound realizations. That is what is happening right now for me. And I can't wait to see what is next, what comes next. Because as unusual and exhausting as this journey can be at times, it is such a beautiful display of self-love, unconditional love for ourselves, for others, when we get to the other side of each and every challenge, each and every obstacle. So keep going is basically the message to myself and to others going through this big transformation. We are about to come out of the chrysalis, a lot of us, and start to spread our wings and fly like the butterfly. So get yourself ready, be prepared. You don't want to carry any you can't carry any heavy baggage with you when you have wings. You will just drop back down to the ground. So many realizations I've had, and these are deep and profound, of how children experience life so innocently before they're filled with junk from other humans. And yet we also experience great trauma and not heard, not understood. Our needs are not met by those who say they love us and care for us. These are the deep, profound wounds that have developed the collective consciousness that we are swimming in now. Every single one of us, we need to go deeper into our childhood, our past, our patterns, our parents' patterns. We're all destined to have deep relationships with someone exactly like our parents. Usually the opposite sex parent, but not necessarily true. Can be both. Usually is both. Depends on which one you have a deeper wound with, basically. So to, again, clear your energy and not have to struggle with these same cycles over and over and over again, and learn how to actually relate to another human being on a much deeper soul consciousness level. No more jealousy, no more judgment, no more comparison, no more competition. Just being, enjoying each other's uniqueness. This is the future we're going towards. We have to clear out our past patterns and baggage to get there. And this is what we're experiencing now.